super duper. We're so darn excited. And let's see. Okay. Live stream on Facebook. Right, come on, what's going on? Missing permissions. What's going on?
I don't know what's missing. Are we good?
No, something's just going on here.
I had one thing, permission to record, and I hit OK.
Yep, so
Is it the Facebook reporting?
there's something about Facebook. Okay, so it just said I didn't have permission to do something, and so I started it over again.
Okay.
Or whatever, hit go live again.
It came up on my Facebook. But I don't know about here.
Okay, hi, welcome
Hi.
everybody. We're so excited that you're joining us today. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm
now we've
excited too.
timed out. I don't know. It says we've timed out. Please try again. All right, let's go live again. So we did this the other day, Jan, and it worked just fine.
Yes, but
But then
and we
remember,
and
so I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying it again. It says my connection has timed out. Please try again. What in the heck is going on?
it's exactly the same thing that happened the last time.
Right.
Okay. I'm seeing buffering, preparing live stream, and then it disappeared.
Right.
Yeah, it's buffering.
Going on. Hi. Okay, I think we're back. Something's just going on here. Hi, welcome.
Hello, all.
Hello, waiting for your video signal. It keeps going on and off. Oh my gosh. God damn it.
Did it pop out again?
It did. I'm trying again.
Oh man.
Just setting my setup, share to my page. Do my thing. Let's see, go live. Oh. Going on, missing permission. What's going on?
I don't know what's missing. Are we good?
No, something's just going on here. It should resume shortly. Come on, what's wrong with you? What is going on? All right, come on. Let's see. I'm on Upper Midwest Bead Society. I'm doing this. You go to my Facebook group. Oh no, something's just going on here. I have difficulty. Let's see. Okay, Jan, you need to accept your invitation and maybe we can try and you can try to do it. But
Where's my invitation on?
all I'm saying you've never accepted your event like host
Oh,
for today's event. You do need to accept the event. But I'm just
I came in through Zoom.
no, on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook. I gotcha. Okay.
Every event has a host. So I'm going to try this again. We're still trying to do this. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I'm just going to close this and restart from Zoom all over again. All right. I was just trying to reset and look, check all my things on Facebook. But everything was the same way we did it the other way. So I don't understand why it worked on Tuesday.
Okay, I accepted.
Okay, so we're going to share on our page, Upper Midwest Bead Society. We're going to try to go live again. Unsupported request is not graph API documentation. What? Oh, come on. Go live.
Yeah, I see the two videos out there. They're very brief, however.
Correct. That's what I mean. So we have to put a comment going, trying to regain our connection.
I'll put a comment.
Oh, come on. Go live. Um, trying this again.
Okay, for people that are just checking in, we're having technical problems on Facebook. Hang in there.
Okay, keep saying my connection has timed out. So, Jan, what I'm gonna do on Zoom here is change you, to host. Let's see, where's Jan? Okay, make host. There we go. Okay, I made you the host, and will you make me co-host?
Done.
Okay, so now you try to stream live on our Facebook page.
No, let's see.
Like I said, that's why we had our commercial to test all this to make sure it was working.
Live stream. Okay. Live stream on Facebook.
and go on to the Upper Midwest Bead Society page.
Continuous chat. Zoom meeting description on Facebook.
Let's be live with Tama, Clip, Swain, Solomon.
Sure, I'm spelling it wrong.
It keeps saying we're currently live. I'm
Share
confused.
to your share to your page. Select page, Upper Midwest Bead Society, go live.
Yeah, I accepted my request too, but I don't know where I would see it to help. As a co-host on here, so after I accept it, so, and I did that before.
We're preparing to live stream the meeting slowly.
Live. Oops.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Yeah, the little bar that comes up, it's about a quarter of the way and it's stopped.
Oh my God. Um. Okay, so
Connection is
about
timed out. Please try again.
like what we did before, making Tama the host and streaming it on your Facebook page, Tama, and then we'll message Hannah to cross stream it back.
Okay, we can try that. Do I
Okay,
need to log into
so
Facebook?
Jan, will
Yeah.
you make Tama the host
Okay,
and then
done.
Tama, you'll have to make her a co-host, or is she co-host? Oh, yeah, the other Upper Midwest Bead Society, if we could make them a co-host, that'd be great.
It's me.
Okay. So, then if we could try to stream it on your Facebook page, like I think Facebook is messing with us. Cause like I said, we did this perfectly on Thursday.
I have a question about this. I
Yes.
just, there's a line, like a little line up at the top of mine that says this meeting is being recorded and its content is being sent to one or more apps. And then I have a little blue button to click OK. I haven't seen that, so I haven't clicked it. So maybe since we're being recorded and being sent somewhere else, we have to give permission for ourselves to be sent somewhere else. So I don't know, would that,
It's very possible. All you have to, yes, everyone, I mentioned that earlier, maybe you popped in. If anything here says you're doing something, click OK, click OK. Because we are,
I don't think it would stop us from recording on Facebook though.
it's never stopped us before.
No.
And
And
so
I
I
had the
don't
same
know
issue
what's
that Rochelle did. So when I Googled it, it said there's, maybe security issues or I think it has to do with the fact that they're starting to delete stuff from Facebook. They're having problems. But
correct. That's what I think so too.
Should I try to live stream on Facebook right now? Or
Yes, please.
okay.
and then we can put a note on Facebook to look at your site instead. But we are recording it, so we'll still get it out there.
We were having the same
Okay.
thing. Facebook won't let so trying to have it streamed on Tamas thing. You still have not accepted your host permission as a host for this event. But But he's trying to stream it on his right now.
Okay, I'm clicking go live, so fingers crossed.
Go for it.
Okay.
Preparing to live stream the meeting. Setting up your meeting for Facebook Live.
Go for it.
Okay.
Preparing to live stream the meeting. Okay. I'm up. Setting up your meeting for Facebook Live.
Go for it.
Okay.
Preparing to live stream the meeting. Okay. I'm up. Setting up your meeting for Facebook Live. So now do you need to cross share it or how do we do this?
Hannah's gonna cross share it for us. And so that's what she's logging in right now to do. But I think you're gonna have a time delay. You need to turn
Now, do
off your volume on
cross-share
one
it,
of
or
your
how do we do
things or
this?
close up things Hannah's so gonna that cross share it for us.
Okay, I do not know how to.
Just close the Facebook screen if we know we're there. We're going to, or maybe you're there. So somehow you're
Is it
hearing
working
feedback because
with-
there's
'cause I
a
just-
5-second time delay.
Okay, so I turned off Facebook. Is it still streaming there?
Okay, I'm going to Facebook right now. I'm going to Cliff's page.
Because
or
I've never
Tama's
done
page.
this.
Yes, you're live.
Okay, we're good.
And so, hi, we're super duper live. So, we're so excited. Thanks for sharing. Let's spotlight.
Okay, everyone, we did it. Success. I have no idea what I was doing, but we got there. Oh, goodness. Well, thank you all for your patience as we navigated technical difficulties. And I'm really excited. This is my first trunk show in a year. So I'm excited to be able to do this for you guys. Just a little sneak peek. We're going to be having, I'm going to have 6 different kits available, and most of them in different colorways. I do not have every colorway of every version of the kits, but I do have them all listed. And also, there'll be 4 pattern onlys that you guys can get as well. So I'm really excited to offer this. How we're going to do it is you have 2 options. You can either leave a comment under the live stream video afterwards with what kits you are wanting. If we're not connected on Facebook, you will get a note back from me and you'll have to accept the request and then we can get an invoice to you. The other way is to email me directly. If you do not hear back from me within by Tuesday of this week, then try to message me directly on Facebook. It means that you went to spam or there was some error with the email. Okay. So I'm going to put my email up in the chat and that way you guys can see it. For those who don't know, it is Cliff@CSS Fine Art. I haven't updated it since I changed my name. Cliff@cssfineart.com. Okay, cssfineart.com. Okay, or you can go to my website, which is cssfineart.com, and send me a note through that website too. There's a click on for kits and then to leave me a message there. Okay, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. And I'll repeat that for those who are joining late or fast forward through the video as we go through this. So I am going to switch over to the presentation and I'll be switching back and forth between the presentation and the actual pieces. So the first piece that is available can be made into earrings or a necklace. And it is the California poppies. The California poppies are the very first pattern. I talked about this during my presentation that my husband and I patterned together. It uses only Mayuki bead, so make sure that you're only using Mayuki when you do it. The reason being is the proportions of them and the way they flare as Toho are a little bit squarer in their proportions, and so the petals don't curve the same. I have some patterns that are Toho only, some that are Mayuki, and some that are more versatile. These are patterned after one of my favorite flowers. Grew up picking them in the garden, and what I loved about them was as a kid, you'd pick them out and their roots actually look like little baby carrots. They're these little thin strips of orange, and that used to excite me. And so I have them here, and I'm going to switch over to my bead mat for you all so you all can see them here. So they are anatomically correct. They have in the middle of them the little stamen, the little kind of frill to it. And then on the back side, we have this twisted herringbone. To do this pattern, you're going to want to know how to do peyote pretty proficiently and how to do herringbone. There aren't instructions on the stitches. I mean, I do show it step by step, but there aren't just patterns on the herringbone itself. You got some fringe stitches in here, and then a unique stitch to this, which is similar to like a 2-drop right angle weave, but it's charted out step by step. It's kind of modified, so I teach you all how to do that. It also can be made into a nice pair of earrings. What I do with it is these endless hoops work wonderfully, or you can just put a jump ring through and then hang that through an earring. But what I like about this kit is it uses what most of you probably have as inventory in your beads at home. Again, only Mayuki for these, Mayuki rounds, and they all are size 15s, except for there is one 11 that is used in the base of what is called the collar of the poppy. All of these are anatomically correct. One of the things when I design flowers is I'll look at how they come together in nature. And I know that if it comes together in nature, it will come together in beads. So I try to create every single aspect that I can capture in the beads to when I'm assembling the flowers. So again, here it is as an earring. It's nice, a little dangling, almost like a little bell, very delicate. You can adjust the length of the stem so it's a longer hanging or shorter. What I did to turn it into a necklace, and the necklace pattern, the chain that I used was just a nice Chanel stitched. There are instructions in the pattern on how to do the Chanel stitch. And then it goes really quickly too. I can whip up one of these chains in about an hour, hour and a half. And then for the necklace part, what I did was I just interlocked 2 of the poppies together. You could do a whole chain of them. You could do several of them around the collar. I can usually bead one of these flowers in a day. So you could do a full lush necklace within a week or so. Okay. So here are the 2 options. And to go back to the presentation, it's only $20 for the pattern. How the patterns are sent is for smaller patterns like this one, I will send you an email with the pattern in the email. The pattern is good for 30 days. After that, the link will break because of it being sent through a temporary uploaded file. If for some reason you misplace it, you just give me another email and I'll say, okay, yeah, I see that you bought it. and I'll send it right back out to you, but you can download it to your computers. And again, this is just a really fun, fast project. Um, it is our state flower. They typically are in oranges through reds in color. What I did as well was I wanted it to feel like the flower with the sun shining through it. So there's just two color beads here. What I find is if I use a silver lined or rainbow colored bead against the version of it in just transparent, it looks like the flowers with the sun going through it on a nice bright morning. Okay. Um, Typically what they'll do is they'll take the transparent, put a silver lining on it, and then usually to do an AB finish, the beads will go through a gassing process that creates the film around it. And so it really, these two are the same color beads with different finishes. And that's how I create this effect. Okay. So that is the first item. Again, if you are wanting to order it, you just, I feel like this is a QVC infomercial right now. Um, dial, no, just send me an email or drop a note on the Facebook Live. Just put a comment underneath the video and I will get back to it. All the patterns will be available for 1 week. That way I'm not constantly scrambling back and forth to make kids, fill the orders, make kids, fill the orders, because I'm just making what I need to of each one. This one, because it's a pattern only, I still, just to make it easier, so I'm not constantly chasing, it will be available for 1 week. Okay. So that is
Can you tell us the class?
the class that I use, the class or class.
Yes, that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, the class that I used, this was a class garden class. Clasp, really any will do, but this is one of those little pinch tab clasp. And the one that I used again was a clasp garden one, but really a lobster clasp would be fine. Whatever your favorite one is. I liked to use the little pearls here to dress it up a little bit. But whatever your favorite clasp is. Okay. I added just a couple little 4mm pearls on it to match the clasp on the end. Okay. And then again, these are just endless hoops is what they're referred to as. Okay. And if you don't have them, you can use a large jump ring and then hang it from a French wire. Okay. So that is the first pattern available to everybody. I'm going to spend probably about 5 to 10 minutes on each pattern, going over them, taking questions on them, and then I'll move to the next one so we have enough time, because I know I'm going to take about 45 minutes to an hour of your time since we got a little late start. And then I know the second hour is going to be an opportunity for you all to be together. Okay. The next one is also a pattern only. This one is called Dichotomy. It was the very first two patterns I ever got when I was learning how to bead was from Gene Power and from Laura McCabe. So as an homage to the very first two artists, I talked to them both, showed them the pattern. They saw that it was something that I had done uniquely, used a couple techniques that I'd learned from them and combined with some of my own. What I love about this is the pattern itself can be worn up or down, meaning you can wear it with a kind of fuzzy caterpillar, the fuzzy caterpillar version, or the different geometric structures up. So let me bring you over to the video here. So these are the two patterns. They were actually, I had done a piece years ago.
They're so pretty.
And they're fast.
Oh,
This whole thing you can do It's about 300 fringes here is all.
Can you use Toho beads with these?
You can. So you could use either treasures or you could use Icos. I like this with Icos because it's really pristine when you use Icos. Um, the inner bezel 15 here, you do want to use a Miyuki for the accent color so it cinches correctly here, but the rest and on the back side as well. These are size 8 cylinders, but everything else you could use Toho. Okay. You could swap out. I've had people instead of using bicones here, they'll lessen the amount of fringes and do like the little pressed flower check beads or some of the different shape checks. And they work well in this as well. But it's just, again, I can do one of these in about 15, 16 hours. I'm a kind of quick beater, but I've seen people do this that are a little bit more paced in their beating in about 20, 25 hours. So it's a really fast bracelet for something this lush and detailed. You can use other 2 millimeter pearls here. You could use some of the different stone beads that are 2 millimeter rounds. You can get those even on Amazon. I've seen them for like just a few dollars for a strand of them, and you would just need like one strand. But what I love about this piece is, like I said here, you can wear it with this up, or you can wear it this way. And most of these beads, a lot of you will have in your stash. Cylinder beads in size 11 and 8, some 11/aught round beads, 2 different colors of 15s in rounds. So you have the one that accents behind the crystals and the one that goes in the bezel, as well as the dark black ones for the transition behind here. So again, it's the accent here and then black. Bicones, you'll need about 300 bicones, which bicones aren't the most expensive of the crystals. And then the Rivoli, most of you will have in your stash. These, I believe, are 14 millimeter. Okay. On the ends here, you can either put pearls or briolets. So again, these are most of the things that probably all of you have. Some optional details. These are Japanese one-cut beads. You could substitute a 15 in here in its place. These are the Toho one-cut size 15s. I know they don't sell them overseas, so that's why I said you can substitute a 15 if you don't have them. I like them because they really are about a size 14 bead. They're a little bit larger than a normal 15, and they have a little facet, so it adds a little sparkle there. I was trying to mimic a pave bead, the kind of encrusted beads, when I did this kind of fuzzy caterpillar look. Here, again, it's just sparkly. You can dress it up, down, wear it with a little black dress, going out, or wear it to the grocery store if you want to look extra special that day. But I'd say this is probably one of my funnest pieces to do. It was based off of, I had done this with precious stones and vintage check cabs, and the transitions were all done with these tension built and really intense bezels. And I had somebody say, can you teach this as a class? And I'm like, not as it is, but was able to figure out how to make it adaptable. I removed the one little gem thing here because it was an odd cut, and then was able to capture the rest of it. And I think it's still honors the original, and it's so much fun to make. You will need to know how to do peyote. You will need to know how to do peyote stitch, how to do just a fringe stitch, which is basically picking up all the beads, using a stopper loop in this case, and then go back through them. Okay. There's also herringbone in this strip here, but it's a lot of peyote. This is an Albion stitch, but it's really just a set of fringes with the center beads, the stopper beads connected together. That's all Albion is. So if you can do a fringe, you can do peyote, you can do this. And if you can't capture the herringbone here, any type of little strip that you want to have coming off of there, you could even do a little peyote strip if you're having trouble with the herringbone there. Okay. This is done with stacked increases, similar to any of you if you've done the warp squares in contemporary geometric beadwork. It's the same idea where you stack in each corner the different increases on top of each other. But again, a really, really fun project to do. It is pattern only because these are things you have in your stash. Icos or delicas or treasures here. Okay. Size 8. I'm not sure if Treasure makes a size 8. If not, you can use a Delica size 8 cylinder here. You don't have to use a fancy plated bead for any of this. You can change it to, I love it with a combination of matte and shiny though together to accent the corners. But again, any color combo you want. That one again is pattern only. The pattern is $30, has full illustrations. Let me pull up a pattern here. I'll give you guys just a little taste of what my patterns look like so you can see what it is that you are getting here. So going back over to the pattern. The patterns will come in PDF formats. And you can see they're fully illustrated with thread paths in there for you all. Has a 3D feel and look, some photographs to help explain what's going on. So again, very detailed. And when you get a pattern from me, if you get stuck, you can feel free to send me an email and I will help you the best I can. Typically, I'll ask for a photograph that shows which step you're on and where you're having difficulty. And I'll do my best through email to help you. I don't usually set aside tutoring time, but I will help you get through the project. So that there is dichotomy. Again, named because you can wear it both forwards or backwards. Okay. And next up is the third of 4 patterns. This is also another fun one called fuchsia. For the fuchsia, you will want some chain to make the little hanging stamen in the middle of it. Actually, I think they call them anthers. And then you're going to want just a few beads. This does work. The petals, I have used Toho or Mayuki for this, but you want to not mix brands. Okay, I do find that the outer petals work best with Mayuki, but the inner section, that's the darker colors, work with Mayuki or Toho. Okay, just grabbing the jewelry here. And then I'm going to switch over to my bead mat. So these are the flowers. The flowers are made so that they articulate, the petals do. So if you want to wear it fully open, like it's fully in bloom, you can wear it out. But each of these has a little hinge in it. And so you see, I can adjust it so it closes, or just partially opens, or fully opens. Do y'all see that? So partially, or closed. The other fun thing about this pattern is you can do either 1 or 2 rows of petals on the inside. There are 2 main categories of fuchsia, one that has extra in the middle, and then one that has just a small center. So you guys can see. And the pattern shows you how to do both versions of it.
I love them both. Does
Yeah,
a real fuchsia either bloom single or double, or just as they
yes.
get older, or how does the real
No,
bloom?
it's different subspecies.
Okay.
So there are some that will bloom more full, and there's some that will bloom more compact. These are the
I
ones
love
you
it.
see most commonly, is just the single. Okay. For up here, I use a rice pearl, but you could just use a little round pearl. I like the rice because it makes it a little more elongated and follows the shape of the flower. And then these are just little 2 millimeters. I used real pearls, but you can use there's some really nice either Chinese pearls or the pearls formerly known as Swarovski. And then I use in the middle here some just little True 2 fire polish, or you could use 5,000 faceted rounds. Use a little head pin and just wrap it to make a little link to put it on a chain. And just the finer the chain, the better. But just a really nice, fun pattern to do. Of course, something like this whips up really quickly. Fuchsias primarily are either white, pinks, and purples in any combination. Sometimes the middle is pink with white outers. But there are some subspecies, believe it or not, these are based off of real fuchsias. This white with a light blue center. It's kind of more of a peachy cream in real life. And even this yellow and black one is a subspecies of fuchsia. Okay. Again, that's a really fun, probably like 2 or 3 day per earring project. And that will be pattern only. And it's only $20. I wanted to have something kind of affordable. So that's why I put the poppy and the fuchsia here. So that way it was something a little more affordable, faster projects. Okay. The next one is called Collage. This was based off of a piece that I had designed for the contemporary geometric beadwork team, but I wanted to do a little twist on it. And it gets its name because you actually make a full square and then you cut it apart into pieces. And this one's only $15 for the pattern only. Got a bunch of them here. These are just one of those ones, like I call this a potato chip pattern. You can't eat just one, you can't make just one. And how this is actually made is, if you look here, this started all as one piece. And then once it's made, the piece teaches you how to do a special thread path so that when it's done, you just snip each corner, the middle falls out here, and then you continue on. If you do it with thread path, the piece doesn't fall apart when you do that. What's fun about this is there's no beginning and end when you do it this way, meaning that where the weakest part of a piece is right in that middle, because you have the end of the thread that you're weaving in, or the very end. And the way this is made, the end comes back and works the next layer, or comes back and works the center layer here. The reason it has to be done by snipping the piece apart, so if you look at this, there's absolutely no way to create this shape on its own. You can't start a piece with an increase with nothing to increase off of. And if you wanted to go from the outer edge decreasing, because of the two different size beads here to create the effect here of that little inset edge, there's absolutely no way to go from bigger to smaller and decrease in here. So this is one of those pieces that you have to make it whole. And anybody that knows anything about beading will be dumbfounded as to how you created this shape. They'll know how you did this. They won't know how you did this. It's a really fun piece. These are a vintage ear wire. Honestly, they don't make them anymore, but any long wire or hanging it from a chain, find if you put it on a shorter one, it collides with your cheek. So you want it to hang just below the jawline. And it's a really fun fashion statement. Okay. If you've done one of these warp squares before or one of those stars, you can make this pretty easily. It's just knowing the little trick with the thread path. Okay. And so again, this one is available for in a pattern only. I like it best with icos, but you could use treasures or delicas as well. Why I like icos is you can see just how pristine and crisp these squares are. That's the beauty of working with icos. Icos are so pristine that there's no calling. If you buy 5 grams of them, you get 5 grams because every single bead is gone through to make sure that they're whole and in pristine condition. I think in all the years I've worked with icos, which is several, I maybe have like 3 or 4 damaged beads, and that was probably user error in how I stored them. You know, I'm sure Rochelle can testify to their precision. Such a fun bead to work with if you
They
haven't.
are the world's most perfect beads. And it's named after the founder's wife, Aiko. And so it has a special meaning there as well.
Can we see all of the colorways? You only showed us one.
Okay, well, these again, this is a pattern only, so it's whatever colorway you want, but absolutely, here you go. So I did it in kind of a retro.
That's so 80s. I love it.
Yes,
Really
you
pretty.
know, the day you put on your leg warmers, and this one here uses that kind of matte perma finish bead mixed with those kind of raku looking beads that they
Uh-huh.
make, and then just a really nice metallic bead. That's the is it 222, the dark copper bronze color?
Yeah, 222.
I also include, this isn't my pattern, this is used with permission. Dustin Weekend developed this for the CGB team, but I think it's just a really nice compliment. So there is a pattern on how to do the ring as well included. This one here is the matte olive with a matte orange and then the argentium. I like the argentium because unlike the silver beads, they don't tarnish as much. You know, they really keep their finish. Here's all different matte and shiny metallics, galvanized and perma finish and otherwise that I mixed together.
That's very clever. How you did that.
Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. So hold on one second. Turn on my office lights. My husband just left and turned off all the house lights, including my office. There we go.
Got it.
Okay. So that there is collage with the tri-wing from Destin Weekend. The collage part is mine. Okay, let's go back over here. In this picture here, you can see all the different colorways I've beaded of it together. The other one there, that's the topaz lined with kind of, I think it's a hot pink lining and topaz. I fell in love with that. It was in one of the Toho challenge beads. It was in one of the years that I helped do that with Rochelle. I just fell in love with that. And then it's got the Toho, I believe it's 86, the black with the iris finish on it. And then the kind of turquoise translucent with the silver lining. Okay. Those are, so I'll go back through the poppy, dichotomy, fuchsia, and collage are the 4 pattern onlys. And now I am going to get into kits that are available. Okay. So the first kit available is, whoops. I meant to switch back screens. There we go. Hold on one second here. There we go. Just user error there. Forgive me. Okay, the first one up is Anker. And I'm not seeing the physical bracelet. I had it set aside in order and it grew webs. Is that how it always is? Okay, I'll just talk about it while I look. Okay, found it. It had fallen on the floor. So Anker, you could make this, you know, what the kit comes with is palladium beads and 24 karat gold plated beads. This is only one colorway, gold and silver together. The crystals used on it were made, they only did it as a tester run. The reason for the expense is it's all precious metal and you get over 100 pearls and over 200 faceted round crystals. They are all Swarovski. They were before the name change or the licensing change. So you can use the word Swarovski with it because it predates the user agreement. So they said that anything bought before then, you can still call Swarovski. The crystals that it comes with look like Crystal AB, but they actually are called DT Light, Diamond Touch Light. It was an experiment that they ran that I bought up all this inventory except for I think one factory pack. So they're kind of exclusive to me. What I like about it is they have the fire of a diamond without adding that kind of bluish tint that you normally get with an AB. So it looks more like a diamond would versus the Crystal AB. It has the same amount of fire and spark as an AB, but the same color as a regular crystal. You can see that. This was made in memory of a friend who was a sailor, who I lost when she was 25 to an asthma attack. Made a version of it that I'm going to be sending to her mom too, that survived her and misses her very much. But you can make this into a full necklace, you know, just string together a couple kits, probably depends on your neck size. How we adjust sizes is there's these little links here that are about an inch. These are about 1.5 inches. So you can mix and match to get to the length that you want for your bracelet or necklace. Just a really fun piece to make. It is considered an advanced piece because you're going to be switching directions. It uses 99% craw. So if you are not familiar or comfortable with craw, I would not recommend this kit, or it will be one that you grow into. It is a advanced kit. The components, bead wise, this one only uses Miyuki because of portioning. Okay. So just know that if you buy this kit, it will be Miyuki. It's all precious metal beads and Swarovskis. Okay. The white pearls here are the pearlescent. They're not traditional white. So they have kind of a frosty, almost rainbow hue to them. So I like to mention that so people know it's a really soft white versus a bright, shiny pearl look. So this one here, it's modeled after a Hermes piece that Hermes does their line that they call Anchor as well, ANCRES. But again, this one is available. It's 150 again because it's all precious metal and over 200 crystals and over 100 pearls. Okay.
Yeah, it really does look like real, the fancy jewelry, the real one that you showed, made out of metal and diamonds. And so,
Yeah, what I love about it is the crystals actually look like they're set in. They aren't like let me see if I can find a version of. They did rings, necklaces, bracelets, some encrusted. I'm gonna see if I can find that. Here's the ring version of it. I'll share it from the Zoom. So you can see it there. So it really mimics that feel. The ring alone, as you can see, is only $8,900. Which is why it's wonderful to work in beads. We can make these fancy high-end things without breaking the bank. But just a wonderful, fun project to do. Okay. So again, to order any of these, you can either do it under the comments of the live video or email me at cliff@cssfineart.com. Okay, next is the butterfly. I had a lot of requests for these, for this necklace. I'm going to offer it in two colorways. I keep doing that. The original colorway or in pink and black and white and silver. The green beads in this kit are all 24 karat gold plated. And here, I'll pull it out the sample. And in the white and pink version, I have it with palladium beads. So it's precious metal. The accent beads at the tip here are custom made Murano glass that I had made for me. The pink version is kind of a swirly pink with adventurine and Chalcedonia mixed in with it. Just swirls and kind of a pinkish color. And the other ones here on the red colorway have little mini roses in them with an outer gold leafing on the bead. And again, it's all Murano glass. So let me switch over here. These are, I'll show you the red one. I don't know if I have the pink one handy, but so you can see the Murano glass here of that. And then the stitch used here is an Indonesian spiraling box stitch, which if you go through the archives on the Upper Midwest Bead Society site, I actually have a video where I teach how to do that. So you can watch that on the website on their Facebook Live page history. You can look at the video that I did for them a while ago. Again, so here's this. You could also do this into a bolo tie. So if you don't stitch it onto the rope here, you can slide it up and down and wear it as a bolo. And I'm going to grab the pink one right now. Here's the pink colorway. And the rope for that one is black and white with palladium accents. So again, if this is the one that you want, I'm not going to, the chat, I'm not going to see it. So Paulette, if you can put that into either the comments on the Facebook Live afterwards, or email me. I didn't get your email. You said that you'd emailed me, so you may want to put it under the comments because I didn't see it there. But these are the two colorways. Again, the bead down here is a teardrop on the other one that's pink with kind of a grayish metallic swirl in it. Okay, versus the rose here. Okay. So that is the butterfly. And it's 125. That's again because of all the precious metal beads in the rope and the butterfly, as well as the Murano glass that was custom done for me for the piece. The next one is one that I don't bring out often, and it is Spanish lace. We're going to have it in 3 of the 4 colors. So if you've seen the silky sage with the purple lace, I don't have that available, but I have the other 3 colorways. This was a challenge that was given to me by David Chat to try to create something a little lacier. It uses netting and Hubble stitch and some peyote. So you're going to want to be a little bit familiar with those. I do in the instructions talk about how to do the Hubble, but it's one of those ones where if you haven't practiced it, it may take you just a minute to get how to keep the thread tension on it. It's a modern stitch developed by Melanie DeMiguel. Her books are wonderful. I do recommend them. The smaller teardrops, I believe, are out of production, which is why this is going to be a kid only. Uses bicones. Let me grab the other colorways of this. So here are the 3 colorways available. There is an ivory with majestic blue and gold. There is a gold with the red and black lace. If you have trouble seeing, working black on black on black can be difficult. So I do not recommend a black on black if that's your story. This does use a combination of Toho and Mayuki beads. The pattern does have a conversion chart for your bezel if you're using Toho versus Mayuki. If you want to swap out any of the beads that come in the kit. But you've got a beige here, kind of a tea stained looking lace, a black lace, and an ivory lace. And it's blue, red, or antique pink. Okay. And again, I'm looking at the time. I'm already a little bit over because of our stall at the beginning here. So I'm going to try to move it along.
You can take all the time you want.
Okay, I was told an hour, so I try to be
No,
good.
you mentioned that it might take you about that, but honestly,
Okay, I'm
our
just
time
making
slot
sure.
is 1 to 3, so you can just take up whatever you like.
Okay, I think we've got 3 more kits, so we're almost there. What I'm gonna do real quick here, I'm gonna go to find the photograph of that one because the color on the with the camera on the desk is never as crisp or pristine as what I cannot obviously photograph it at. So let me just pulling up that picture. Here it is. This picture also has the silky sage, which again won't be available. Again, I just don't have those beads in stock right now. Okay, here you go. So you can see them with better lighting. So the 3 that are on forms, not the one hanging on the bottom, are the 3 available. Okay, another fun project. You can probably do it in about 20 hours or so. Okay, next. This is the hardest pattern I ever wrote. There is a video to help you, not with the whole piece, but to figure out how to do the little split. It looks pretty easygoing, but it does take a little trick. It is prismatic right angle weave and cubic right angle weave, including a 5-sided split stitch that has size 8 and 15s mixed. So some people have commented that it was difficult for them. And that's why I made a video to help people with that. It was a pattern that I wrote at the beginning of the pandemic. So the pattern in it will say, like, for the craw, I listed every bead as A, B, C, D. It's just wall 1, wall 2, wall 3, wall 4 for any of you who know craw, so just kind of ignore that. Again, it was more of a teaching technique, but I have 3 of the 5 colorways available. The Crystal AB, the turquoise, and the amethyst. The ones that I don't have now, but I could probably do an emerald green one if somebody really wanted. Um, it has the same beads as the Crystal AB, except for instead of gold color rice pearls, it has white ones. And unfortunately, I don't have the beads to do the red colorway right now. That one sold out pretty quickly. They don't make the trillium beads and or crystals anymore. So that's why. But let me grab the other 2 colorways. I think I actually have them all right here. My little stash here is getting pretty backed up. Okay, I did. Okay, so available will be, let me switch over here. The turquoise, which has a mulberry pearl with it. The accents for that, I believe, are dark blue and copper. There is the amethyst. It's a very dark and lush amethyst with a matte turquoise accent, and the dark elderberry pearls. And then we have the crystal AB, which has gold, rice, pearls, and olive green beads here. I'll grab a couple of the photos of those to help you all see. So here's what the turquoise looks like with better lighting. It is 165. Again, it's all precious metal, the amount of crystals, and the rice pearls were just a little more money. And so yeah, that's the reason the cost is a little different, a little higher up there. I'm gonna see if I can find the purple is the other one that doesn't really stand out. Here's the amethyst colorway. Just a really nice, dark, rich necklace. The beads, the crystals here are amethyst shimmer. The turquoise has turquoise crystals, and the crystal AB one has crystal AB crystals encrusting the chain. It's based off of a necklace. For those of you who watched my presentation, that was from the movie Downton Abbey. Okay. The next one, I only have one of the necklaces with me. The other one's at the Museum of Beadwork right now on display. This one's kit only because of each bead is sized for the flower, and so it's a brand mix. There's like a Matsuno, Toho, and Mayuki all mixed together to make the proportions work. It is the flower only. If you like these long tube beads, you can get them from Unicorn Beads. That's unicorn with an E at the end, UNICORNE, unicornbeads.com is where I got these. And then accent beads, whatever you have in your stash. This is like a couple Murano beads and some large pearls. This one here is a Venetian tube. I do have a few of them. They're really hard to ship though, and so I try not to ship. I'll bring them to trunk shows, but unfortunately it's like paper thin borosilicate glass, and they don't make it through shipping usually. The crystals in the middle are vintage Swarovskis. There's a jonquil vintage.
We're not seeing your screen, Cliff.
Oops. Thank you.
No worries.
There you go. Is that better? Can you see it now?
Yes, yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so that will be available in the white and the coral color. The white has a jonquil center. It also has Czech Charlottes in it, which creates all the little fringes in the middle. And then the coral one has a vintage crystal. I can't remember the name of it. It was like a majestic red AB or something like that. I can't remember, but it was one that they only offered for a short period that looks almost like a wine colored. It's really pretty in person. This is one where you've got to be a little patient doing the flowers, but you can turn it into a brooch. I've seen people sew it onto handbags. Again, you get the flower only in the kit. I've seen people do it with the necklace with the horns, or just make a regular lariat strap with a veil. Again, hat pins, I've seen people use it. I actually built a stem off of the back of it and used it in one of my Toho challenge pieces with some modifications to the center. It is the very first piece I ever had published in a magazine. It was an inspiration piece. There wasn't a pattern with it. just the inspiration. And as far as bezels, you will need to know how to do cubic right angle weave. It's the only way to create a base that can hold all those layers of petals. It has 30 petals on it, but it has room to hold up to 60 of them. So if you are really ambitious, I'm not that ambitious. But if you are that ambitious, it could be a full 60 petals. Um, but a really fun project. Okay. And last but not least, we have Oh My. Oh My has three colorways. There is these kind of light pink with the pearls are kind of a pearlescent, I think it was called Dreamy Pink, is what the pearls were called. Dreamy Iridescent Pink, and they did a Dreamy Iridescent blue that's available. And the pearlescent white. The blue kit will not be available unless I got to do a double check. If you're really set on it, let me look. I couldn't find the beads in my stash, and they're all 24 karat gold lined and really difficult to see. And they are $10 extra for those. It is one of the beads that I've only used in that project and never took it out again because I couldn't see breeding with it. It's a size 15 that's lined with 24 karat gold and has an AB finish over it, and your eyes just go buggy using it. So I don't recommend the blue kit if I can make it, but it is available in pink or crystal AB. I have them here. I'm just going to switch my camera over in a second here. Okay. So we have in this nice light pink, crystal AB, and blue. This is all 15. So if you're not a fan of working with 15s, I do not recommend doing this kit. Again, the blue, seeing the beads in the rope is near impossible. So I try not to sell that kit unless I have somebody who's really confident in their eyesight. It even hurt my eyes when I was designing it. So again, I like to create a positive user experience. I have a nice picture of it so you guys can see the colors a little better. Okay. It uses a type of fringe embellishment that I created that I call pinecone fringe. It's the only project that I've used it in so far. And you can see it uses that technique that looks like a series of just little set crystals with an outer edge of pearls, similar to what I did with Anchor. This is a good, if you're trying to get used to doing craw, this is a good beginner craw pattern. Craw is not a beginner stitch, but it is a good beginner craw pattern. It uses all size 15s. What I recommend is when you're learning how to do craw, take size 8s out of your stash, try to do a few stitches with 8s, then size down, try to do a few with 11s, and then go to the 15s. And I'll even do it just all on the same strip, and then I just cut off the larger beads and just keep going with the smaller. But it comes with 40 crystals, 40 pearls, plus the slightly larger pearls as well. You get total of 6 of those. And then it's just a traditional lobster clasp on that. The rope is herringbone, so you need to be comfortable with herringbone, 3-sided praw, four-sided craw, and I think that's it in there. Okay. So that is everything I have available today.
So do you want to do just a quick recap for
Yes.
people just who maybe came in later, just so they get the names right and everything for your email to email you the right name of the right pattern?
So when I have the chat open, does it show that in the live or only the video?
The chat opens it only during the live. On the Facebook page, it can be seen anytime.
What I'll do is we can, with your help,
But
'cause I'm not as savvy, we could pin a comment with my email address at the
yep,
top
I
of-
did that on both
Okay.
things already.
Okay, perfect.
But the
So,
name of the pattern, like dichotomy or whatever,
right,
that's
yeah,
what they, did I write that one down? Which one did I want? Or the name of the kit,
right. And let's go back through. So
Just a
the
real quick
very
recap.
first one was the poppy, and that one is a pattern only, uses Mayukis only. Okay. You will need 3 different colors of 15s, rounds, and 111. Again, it is all 15s. And then if you want for the neck rope, you can use a second color 11 if you'd like, to just add a little accent or luxury to it. Dichotomy is pattern only as well. The pattern you will need from your stash or to order: size 8 cylinders, size 11 cylinders, 111 round color, 2 colors of 15 rounds, and 2mm pearls, as well as 3mm bicones and 2 14mm Rivoli. Most of those are things that most people have in their stash. Fuchsia, the center can use Toho, but the outer petals need to be Mayuki. And you'll want a nice fine chain, some pearls or crystals, but this one is pattern only as well. If you don't have the pearls, you can use True 2 fire polish, not regular 2s, but True 2 fire polish is a good substitute there. Okay. Collage will use cylinder beads from your stash in size 15s. If you do the ring as well, you'll want 4 total colors of cylinders. If you're just doing the earrings, 3 colors of cylinders and 1 size 15. And you can use treasures, icos, or delicas. It is best done with icos, though. I think it just looks crisp and pristine. Anchor is our first kit only. It comes with enough to do up to, I believe, an 8.5-inch bracelet. And it's all precious metal, over 200 crystals and over 100 pearls. Every other link is embellished. That's the one that's based off of the Hermes. And again, it's all precious metal, and the expensive faceted crystals, which is why the price. The butterfly, the rope, the metallic green and the metallic beige looking bead in the butterfly itself are actually the same bead. It's just the different color beads next to them change the hue. Those are all precious metal. It comes in the red or in the white with palladium. And the embellishing beads are Murano glass, either the rose crusted red ones or a swirly pink with Chalcedonia and Aventurina. Spanish lace. I have 3 of the 4 colorways available. The red with the black lace, the blue with ivory lace, and the pink with tea-stained cream-colored lace. Downtown Deco, we have 3 of the 5 colorways: Crystal AB, turquoise, and amethyst. I could do a green version as well, with clear crystals on the neck rope and white color rice pearls. If somebody wants to swap out, I am out of the red for now. Gerbera, it's the flower only, comes in white or coral. The horns, for those who want to reproduce those, you can get the ones on the left from Unicorn Beads. The Venetian glass I can't ship. That's on the right one, just due to the fragility of it. But it is the flower only for the 85. And then last but not least, we have Oh My, in pink or in Crystal AB. Let me put that on there. There we go. Pink or Crystal AB. I could do the blue, but it is very difficult to work with, and I need to verify stock of that one bead. I couldn't find it this morning. Okay, so those are all of the pieces available. And again, to order, email me. If you don't hear back by Tuesday, I'm going to be taking tomorrow off, and Monday I will be at the doctor, so I will be answering everybody on Tuesday. Everything will be available for 1 week, and then after that I can't go back and forth, with new orders, trying to make kits a la carte. So just everything will be available for a week. So you got a week to order. And thank you all for joining me for.
Don't you have a class coming up
I
this
do have,
summer? Do you
I
still
do
have
have,
spaces left? Could people
we
join
do,
possibly?
we do. Thank you for that little nod there. I will grab that class.
And Cliff, can I ask, what's the best way to pay you? Do you bill it
You
to
will be
people?
sent an invoice that I do not see any of the credit card info. It goes right to my credit card company. So it will have a click here. It's going to force you to put your address of where you want it shipped to.
Okay.
And it goes through Square. So for any of you who go to restaurants and you see the Square logo, that's my credit card company.
Oh, great.
They get all the info. It doesn't go to my website. It goes straight to the credit card company. Just so you know, I can reference, I think, like the last 2 or 4 numbers of the card. So that way, if you say, which card did I use, I can give you the last 4 numbers and that's it. Doesn't show me the CVV or anything like that. Next month, I am teaching balance. It comes in 3 colors. I have just little samples of the crystals, either a Crystal AB and black, a Bermuda blue, or this kind of red-orange color. And so these are the 3 classes, these 3 colorways for balance. You just need to be strong and pra for that class. And what we do is we teach you how to break it down element by element. So that way, this is actually all done in pieces. So you don't have to figure out how to be twisting. How am I going to twist this little thing through here? All that it's actually really cleverly done in a way that you are able to reproduce this. It's 90% size 11 beads and just a few little 15s here or there. Okay. So this one is at Beadjou, Beadjoux in Georgia via Zoom. So there are a few spaces left there. So first come, first serve. But a really fun project to do. Again, 3 colorways for that. The other class that I have is Keeper of the Stars in September with Creative Castle. They only have like I think like 1 or 2 spots left. So again, first come, first serve. Um, there are 4 different color focals that you can mix and match to either the gold or the silver colorway. The fringes change with the center crystal. There is crystal silver, um, and then there is a violet, um, like a light violet purple, and they come with either silver with black and gray crystal pearls, or a maroon through pink pearl with gold. So those are the 2 classes. I'm only teaching 4 classes this year. One was in January and it's already happened. These 2 classes, and then there will be a class with bead soup in December. And that is all I'm teaching this year. Are those 3 remaining days, because I am focusing on a museum installation that I'm working on for next year. So most of my time and effort is going there. So that is everything. And again, thank you everyone for spending the day with me. Um, for any orders, how it's going to work is I will start making kits, or my assistant will start making them starting next week. So we'll have a week of orders, then a week of making all of the kits, and then they all go out the week after that. So it'll be about 3 weeks, from 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the mail. They'll all be shipped within 3 weeks, but then our mail system, it may be 4 weeks till you get them. Okay. So thank you everyone for being with me today. It was a pleasure to see some familiar faces and meet some new ones. And thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are so excited to
Me too.
start beating your patterns.
Thank you. Thank you, Rochelle, for the invite, and Hannah. And it was a pleasure to see you all this week.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay. How do I end it on Facebook? Just
The very arrow at the top, just go to where it says Facebook and then click the stop button.
okay.
And then we also have to stop recording.
Okay, so let's do that.